Today our guest is head of European Union Delegation to Armenia, Ambassador Madame Andrea Wiktorin. Thank you very much, Madame Ambassador, for your time.
Pleasure to be here.
It's hard to make an interview after Oprah Winfrey's interview with Prince Harry and Meghan, but we should try.
Yes, let's do so.
Okay. On the first day of spring, CEPA agreement between Armenia and European Union was entered into force. It has very long-term background. Finally, we got it, but absolutely in different geopolitical and economic context. So what does it mean? What CEPA mean for Armenia and for European Union?
It sets the framework of our cooperation, and I think it was, let's say, long time overdue to have a legal framework like this agreement, because the last one goes back to 1999, so I think we are happy to have it. I should say that since we signed it in November 2017, there was a provisional application. So certain parts we already worked on. But now we have this full scale, which means we try to cooperate in a lot of sectors, and I hope, and this is our strong belief, that this is to the advantage of our societies and of our citizens.
Can we say that it's a new quality of our relations between Armenia and European Union?
I would say so, yes, because it broadens the scope of cooperation. It doesn't only mean political dialogue, we already had it, but it is now going into certain sectors where we will have an intensified cooperation, like on education, on youth, on certain aspects of trade, on cooperation in different fields which are important. Consumer rights are one of the areas. Trade is a very important area. And in the end, we want that Armenia is a rule of law based, human rights oriented country with economic growth and possibilities for the citizens.
Under CEPA, European Union should assist Armenian reforms in several directions.
Yes.
Could you please specify directions, tools, and expected results?
Okay, we already started. Again, I say we don't start at zero. Since 2017, the cooperation increased. The Armenian government adopted a roadmap on the CEPA implementation. We are very proud that this is seen as a blueprint for the Armenian reform path. We have already a good cooperation in the field of justice reform, and we are also very much committed already for quite a while now. So this will continue. But we will also, for example, as I said, work on, let's say, an education strategy. So the reform path in the field of education, science, innovation will be supported and closely followed by the European Union.
Is there any discussion in Brussels to launch new program to assist Armenia, especially after 44 days war?
Well, we have to make a separation. We have a bilateral cooperation with an annual budget. So this will go on. And in the same time, we are considering always for a longer period. So right now, we are in a phase where we're discussing the cooperation between Armenia and the European Union over the next 7 years. It is a process. We will hopefully soon have the first draft of it. We had a virtual mission, also colleagues from Brussels joined for 1 week in discussions with the government, with the civil society, business community, international partners. What are the, let's say, the priorities for the cooperation in the next year? And which means we continue what we started, but we will broaden it, and this is very important.
Does European Union plan to start visa liberalization talks with Armenia? If yes, the question is when?
Okay. I repeat what I tell every time. This is a decision, also the Commission stands ready, But this is a decision that has to be taken by the 27 member states, and we are looking forward that all of them agree, and then we will start.
Okay. Madam Ambassador, many experts believe that right now we are witnesses of shrinking European Union presence, influence in South Caucasus because of 44 days war, because of recent developments in Georgia. What do you think on this?
I think the European Union is a reliable partner, and we are supporting Armenia, but we are also ready to, let's say, engage more in the field of the conflict. It is naturally a decision that has to be discussed with both countries that are relevant. We are strongly supporting the OSCE Minsk group and the co-chairs, and we are in constant dialogue with them. So it needs to be a joint approach. And we had 2 weeks ago the visit of the EU Special Representative on Southern Caucasus and the crisis in Georgia, Toivo Klahiye, where we had the opportunity to listen to many stakeholders also in the government, to see their perspective and to see what we can do to support.
Let's talk about the future. What should be the next benchmark for Armenia and European Union relations?
I think if we really continue the reform process, and I hope this will really speed up now, because we understand that you were in a very difficult situation last year. First, the pandemic, and second, naturally, the war, and now the state of the feelings of the people here in this country. But we are willing and we are ready to do more. So I think it is really important to continue the reform path, which is judiciary reform, anti-corruption strategy. We really want to work together. Public administration reform is an important part of our cooperation, and this will lead to a better life for the people in this country, because only if you have a good public administration and if you have a clear public financing system, we can make progress. We will also, and I think this is also very important as a next step, to consider what we can do to reach an social economic recovery. And I underline always that it needs to be green. So to tackle environmental questions is in the same time an opportunity to create new jobs. So we will work on climate, we will work on environment, which is for the benefit of the people, and in the same time we want to get more jobs, we want to get better opportunities for the youth, and we will continue, and these will be the next benchmark which we hopefully will reach together.
Madam Ambassador, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.